Hey everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft video. I don't necessarily know if I should call this a how-to or tutorial, but it's definitely OP in my opinion, and you guys need to do stuff with villagers as soon as you possibly can in whatever world you're playing on, whether it's a survival solo or an SMP. It doesn't matter. Get villagers, make a villager trading hall, and have a lot of fun, and honestly get a ton of resources right away. Now you guys can get information about which villagers do what all around the internet, but I'm going to go over basically what I did, how early I did it here on the SMP that I play on, which is the Sanctuary SMP. Now if you guys go back and watch my videos about me basically playing on the SMP, my first episode, I basically do some villager nappings and get 2 villagers to start this entire process. And I did that day 1 on the server. As soon as I got a little bit of resources and felt at least kind of comfortable, I went out, found a village, got 2 villagers, and I started this entire thing completely. And I highly recommend that you guys do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and break down the reasons that I use. There are some villagers that I'm not using. There are some trades that I am missing. If you guys need them in your world, then I'll kind of explain what you guys need to do, but ultimately the easiest process is to kill off the villager that you're working with and start that process all over again. So obviously everybody starts a villager trading hall for basically 2 reasons. One is books. It's a great way to get completely all decked out, and I would say the number 2 reason is the resources, and sometimes some people would say the XP is a really good way to do it, because if I trade with one of these guys, if you have no levels, you get 5 levels instantly. So it's a great way early game to get a lot of experience points very quickly, as long as you have the resources. Now what you guys are going to want to get is probably 3 different things. You're going to need some food, so potatoes, carrots, wheat, melon and pumpkin farm. So that's kind of the food process. Another thing that you're going to need is a paper, and so you guys can get some paper trades. And then typically another really good one is using a Fletcher, which is going to be way over there. He actually uses sticks. That's a great way to get a lot of emeralds a very early game, and honestly to get a lot of trading early game and get some experience points and levels. That's how I was able to get my levels and enchant pretty much day 1 here on the Sanctuary SMP, and that's how I pretty much start all of my worlds, is by working with villagers. There's a lot of other benefits that honestly people don't necessarily use villagers for that I want to be able to cover with you guys right now. They are seriously one of the most OP options in Minecraft, and honestly if you guys don't know villager mechanics, it's easy as I said before. Find a village, find 2 villagers, as long as you're not a green coat dude, and then breed them up by using carrots, potatoes, things like that. They'll throw them at each other, they'll breed up as long as you have enough beds in the area. Put them in a nice area, lots of beds, so you will need a little bit of wool or string if you guys have enough string to convert that into wool, and then make some beds, and they'll start producing and having pretty much endless villagers. So the way that I have this set up is obviously I have lots of librarians. I've got a full wall here, a partial wall on the back, and then the part of the front wall as well. So I would say my librarians take up a majority of my trading hall, which I'm guessing that a majority of people's trading halls actually do consist of librarians. Now obviously when you guys are trading with librarians, there's a couple things that you guys really want to work with, and you might not convert these villagers right away by basically turning them into zombies, villagers, and then converting them back by using slash potion of weakness and then a golden apple. You don't have to necessarily do that right away, but on the ones that are important to you, like a mending villager, getting trades down might be a really good option, so you're not spending as much emeralds on them. But all you need to do is trade with whatever the top 2 trades are, and then they'll be locked in permanently, and then you will never have to worry about finding another mending trader villager ever again. So all you need to do is get them into a spot that they're kind of secluded from other villagers, because other villagers will try to use this one. Nobody else has access to this one because no one else is out here on this footpath, but if they were, that could prevent this guy from refreshing his trades. So just keep that in mind. You will need to kind of get them into a separate area from where your villager, that's why there's typically villager breeders, and then you got the villager trading hall, and they're completely separate. There are ways to prevent that by using carpets and other tactics that you guys can do, and I've definitely made villager halls that are like that, but this one is not doing that. This one's a lot more compact than I've ever made some of my other redstone trading halls. But all you need to do is just lock them in place, and then they'll forever trade with you whatever you need. I like librarians for not just the books, but you can get free lanterns, you can get glass, you don't have to go mining forever, you can get compasses, clocks, you can get bookshelves. They trade books, and then name tags obviously are really important for a lot of different reasons. But they're expensive. The name tags are expensive until you can get them way really down there. Let's see if we can find one that has like the bookshelves. The bookshelves there, you can get this actually down a little bit cheaper. I think a couple of these guys I've converted a couple times, and it hasn't gotten any cheaper than 4. So I know it used to be a thing where you could actually get bookshelves for 1 emerald a piece, and then they would buy back the books for an emerald a piece. So basically every of those specific villagers was a profit. But I like these guys because you don't have to spend tons of time going out and mining sand. You don't have to worry about getting a lot of coal and then using a lot of furnaces to convert that sand and wasting time. You can just instantly start trading with these guys and getting that glass for projects that you need. In fact, I always have a double chest of glass always sitting at the front of my villager trading hall for any project that I'm about to work on, and I always make sure that I restock it up as best as I possibly can moving forward. And you guys can actually choose the ones that you guys really like. There's a cat stuck in a block right there. That's actually kind of funny. I know that cat over there is stuck behind that fence, which is hilarious. But choose the ones that you guys need. Now, I don't really use tridents and or crossbows ever, so I don't have a lot of those types of villagers. But if you guys want every type of villager, by all means, have at it. Make a villager trading hall that is designed specifically for whatever you guys need. Now let's go ahead and move on to the different types of villagers that you guys can use. Now obviously I recommend highly that you guys use the farmers, the masons, and definitely the clerics. Those are by far the more useful ones, but if you guys want free armor and free gear and other things, then you guys can worry about some of the other ones. On a survival world, a solo one, it might be really nice to have a lot of backup gear, but if you're playing on a hardcore world, it really doesn't matter, because if you die once, then you're done. But farmer's really good. Obviously, this is a great early on trade with the potatoes and carrots. Some of them have wheat and beetroots and things like that. But if you guys can get the pumpkin one right here in this slot, which is going to be the second basically level of mastering that you can get them to, if they don't have it, I would discard that villager, put a new one in its place until you get a pumpkin trade. Once you get that pumpkin trade, the next one will always unlock a melon trade. So if you have a melon and pumpkin farm, this makes it really good to go ahead and get really cheap emeralds very quickly. And honestly, you can get a lot of emeralds very quickly and then start using them for whatever else that you need. Melons and pumpkins are the easiest produced. They take literally no time. And honestly, the farms that are out there for melons and pumpkins, I have a couple on my channel for tutorials. You guys can actually get a lot of them very quickly. They don't even have to be that big. They take up a less space than your carrots and potato farms ever will. But another thing is like this guy has, you know, his apples, they have cookies, they have pumpkin pie, and of course, the last trade for any farmer will always be a golden carrot. It's my food of choice in Minecraft. Definitely a huge advantage by using the farmers. Masons, obviously a lot of people tell me bricks are impossible to get early game. No, they're not. They are extremely easy because mason villagers give them to you without even having a discount for 1 emerald per 10. It's insane. Why not take advantage of this type of trade? You should be taking advantage of it. And if you guys have a cobblestone generator or a stone generator, trade for these for emeralds as well. Lots of opportunity to get emeralds inside of this factory. You don't need to necessarily have just paper or food or a melon and pumpkin. You can see that you guys can actually get sticks. You guys can use stone. You can use lots of other things to go ahead and do them. Now, the bottom trades are always going to be some form of terracotta. And on the SMP that I play on, you can actually change the color of this by using a redye pack and using whatever color you want. So it's 8 pieces with whatever dye you want, and you can change it. The glaze you can't really do anything about, but obviously for the most part glaze is used for a very specific purpose, either redstone purposes or for some type of decoration. So there's not really much you can really do about that. And then there's always going to be quartz pillar and a block of quartz, which you can convert into smooth quartz if you would like to do that. I don't think there's any other real major ones like changes. Obviously you can get some emeralds or buy that, but I don't know why you would just not this and convert it. But at least you can trade. If you don't like diorite, instead of burning it, you can trade it and get rid of it. It's a really good opportunity, a really good option. Masons are awesome. I love them, guys. Clerics, if you guys are a redstoner, it's a great way to get redstone. I have 6 clerics that I use. Provides me, I never have to go mining ever for redstone. I always have enough redstone, almost always on hand, because of these guys right here. They're amazing. I love them to pieces, use them a lot. We got this guy. Some of them do have ender pearls, so you don't have to worry about getting, especially if you're playing on a hardcore series. If you need a lot of ender pearls just to get out of like sticky situations, you don't have to go and hunt endermen, which are a pain in the ass to, number 1, find, and number 2, worry about getting killed. You guys can just trade emeralds for them. Easy peasy. Bottle of enchanting. You get glowstone instead of dealing with going into the lava. You don't have to build a witch farm. I mean, you can get these 2 things from doing stuff with witch farms as well, but you can also do it with villagers, and you can do this way faster than you would be able to make a witch farm in some cases. If you have a gold farm, easy way of getting a lot of emeralds as well. But those are the clerics. Those are the ones that I highly recommend that you move on, or that you get. There are other ones like leather workers and other things that I don't really have inside of this villager trading hall. And then the rest of these are kind of just oddball ones. Now there are some butchers, which I really don't use. I thought I was going to use them just because I had a cow farm and other farms that I thought I was going to do some stuff with them. But it's up to you if you want to trade with them. We've got the toolsmiths here. Really good for iron. Now the bottom 2 trades are either going to be these 2 axes and pickaxes, and some of them should give you shovels. Unfortunately my 3 do not, but most of the times they are a lot of the same types of trades. Just the enchantments on the last 2 are going to be a little bit different. And obviously you can buy bells, or you can, instead of having to find them at villages, or producing them yourself. Fletchers are really good for early game just because you guys can trade a lot of sticks. What is really easy to get in the game, obviously, but you can get other things like bows and crossbows, and then you guys can get enchanted ones as you move forward. We have the armorers, so pretty much all of this stuff. You can buy shields. Again, you can buy the bells. You can trade in the iron. So I have lots of different iron trades in here. So if you have a big iron farm, you don't have to worry about emeralds ever. And then we got the weaponsmith. So axes and swords is what he's going to give to you. Again, same iron, same bell, same. I don't know why you would ever trade in diamonds for that. But coal, if you got like a withered skeleton farm or anything like that, works really, really nice. So these are kind of my miscellaneous villagers. There's a lot of other ones that you can do. But if you guys are looking specifically for shovels, you might have to kill off one of these guys, replace them until you guys can get an enchanted shovel. But honestly, you can get all of your tools, all of your gear, diamond gear, and everything completely for free without spending any diamonds ever on stuff if you have these types of villagers. So toolsmiths, the armorers, and the weaponsmith. Toolsmiths, weaponsmith, and armor. Yeah. So honestly, this is a huge reason why you guys should be getting a villager trading hall, and why you should have one pretty much instantly. I know this video is a little bit longer than I intended it to be. Lots of stuff to go over. I highly recommend that you guys have this in your world as soon as you possibly can. Very OP, and you'll use it a lot. I'm here, honestly, multiple times per day trading with these guys in some fashion or another. Don't have to mine. I don't have to worry about other things. I can get free resources. I can get free colors. I can get other things. And honestly, if you guys have dye farms, there are other ones that do trading for that. So whatever you guys need, just do a little bit of research, find out which villagers you actually need in your trading hall, and go from there. And honestly, if you want to make something much bigger than this, have at it. Have at it. But that is all the time that I have for in today's video. If you guys enjoyed kind of this talk through about why villagers are OP and why you should actually do these pretty much day one, do that. If you guys are looking for a tutorial on villager trading halls, or even other things like how to make melon and pumpkin farms, or iron farms, or gold farms, I have those all available here on my channel for you guys to go ahead and check out. And even some of them are available for download, so you guys can check them out for yourselves. But that is all the time. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it. And you guys stay gaming.